Nice.
gardening gloves.
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. It's hard to look right at your baby, so here's my number, and call me maybe. Since you came into my life, I miss you so bad. I miss you so bad. I miss you so bad. Since you came into my life, I miss you so bad. I miss you so bad. I miss you so bad. All right, let me see if we've got. See, I can't figure out how to start a live party, a watch party.
Leave this page.
How do you do it?
You go on your own page.
I go on my own page.
And then
Okay. We're going to do a tutorial on how to start a watch party.
But, I feel like when you do a tutorial, by the time it's published, like, Facebook changed its thing.
Yeah,
so
I think you're right.
You're like, okay, well.
Okay. Hello, Mary Hankey.
Sorry. Hi,
All right.
Mary.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I'm going to come drop off that thing tomorrow, Mary. I'm so sorry. I've been so busy all week.
How's everybody doing tonight? We have an actual show starting. We planned a super duper show.
It's happening.
A super duper Friday show
we had
for you.
a real meeting today.
Yeah.
Well, we have a real meeting.
Yeah, we do.
But yeah, it's true.
But it's hard to look right at your baby. So here's my number. So call me maybe. Just a small town boy.
Oh, we started with that yesterday.
In a lonely world, and we're not gonna take it. No, we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. When I come around, when I come around, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. 'Cause we are the champions, my friends.
These are all based on the same chords.
We'll keep on fighting.
Hi.
'Cause Beth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. Me and the boys are playing, and a fitter sitter too, with or without you. With or without you, oh, 'cause I can't live with or without you. I say,
People are like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? What have we tuned into?
What are you doing?
For the love of God. All right, are we ready to rock and roll? Hang on, I'm going to give myself some applause for that god-awful Bono impression. Thank you.
Oh my God. Eric says, is this a riff-off? Meaning,
Hi-yo.
like we're riffing against each other?
No, I'm riffing on a bunch of songs.
Oh, yeah.
Those were the same
the riff-off.
4 chords
It's the
for
riff-off.
a bunch of different songs.
I was like trying to do this,
I said I was going to do it last night, and I finally figured it out
And
today.
then he figured out that 4 chords are the
truth. Yeah.
4 chords are the truth.
You know why I did it? Because I love you. I do it because I care. Mom! Hello! What's happening? Shall we start the show? Are we ready to do this?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
We good? Okay. Everybody, all right, here we go.
It's the only show with Stefan and Laurie. And now, here are your hosts, Stefan and Laurie.
Well, hello to one and all. We are so happy to see you on this Friday, April 10th. This is the only show that is on during the pandemic. We are on it every night at 8 p.m. You are stuck with us. We are so grateful for you. This is our 3-week anniversary, by the way.
Yeah, all of us.
All of us together.
It's our 3-week anniversary.
So
happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to all of you
You've been
OGs.
here with us.
Especially to all you OGs. Thank you so much. And also thank you if you're just joining. I just figured out how to start a watch party. So we are encouraging people to do exactly the same thing. If
Just
this
now?
is... Yeah, I did.
Oh, did you did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, nice.
What up? Up high.
Nice.
Yeah, never leave me hanging.
How'd you do that? No, don't explain.
I don't know. There's a little purple box there, and then you push start right next to it.
Oh, your mom tried to explain that to you the other day.
I know.
Yeah.
I got it. So listen, we have been officially on lockdown here in East King County for about a month. People are going a little buggy, and so today, Lori decided to start a meme. Then it was actually based on a friend of ours who winked at her own dog while she was pouring a cocktail. These are the sorts of things that we have begun to do as a culture, as a society. So the thread is lockdown got me like ... So what were some of the funnier responses?
First I need to say a public service announcement, which is if you do something weird, or you see something weird, or something weird happens to you,
She's your Huckleberry.
I'm that friend that you should tell.
That's right.
So message me, text me, take a photo, do whatever you have to do. I need to know.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And
She has a blog called Funny Strange
Yeah.
for a reason.
I like this kind of stuff
loves
in
it.
life. You know,
Yeah.
I love it. The weirder, the better.
Yeah.
So last night, in that vein, last night, my friend Michelle sent me a text. The text says this.
Ah, yes.
Real props.
If it weren't a real prop, could you do
Could
that
I
with
do
it?
this with it?
No.
I could not. So I just winked at my dog while I was making a cocktail. That is officially my weirdest quarantine moment. You are the friend who will appreciate this update.
Isn't that sweet? I love that.
So you're right, Michelle. I am the friend that will appreciate that update.
And we do.
I want to now. Then that led me to want to know what your weirdest quarantine moment is, and so I started the hashtag. Lockdown got me like, and then I got a lot of really good comments.
Yeah. So some samples, if you please.
Okay. Look, I brought another prop today. I brought my iPad so I could be on Facebook, and it's barely charged though. Don't.
Just half applause.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So I got. I don't get booze for that though, right?
No, that was an ooh.
Oh, ooh! I thought that was
They're-
boo. I was like,
remember,
harsh.
they're not booing. They're saying Dave.
Okay,
Mom, that one's for
okay.
you. That
That's
one's just
nice.
for you.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So there were a lot of really good entries in this contest. A lot of them were very absurd. Thank you.
The more absurd, the better. Really,
Thank
for
you.
our money. Yeah.
Thank you. The weirder this lockdown gets, the better for me.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Not better, but you know what
It's
I
a silver
mean.
lining, though. It
Look,
definitely is.
if you see a full-grown man dressed as a clown in a grocery store and you think, "Oh my God, who should I tell this to?" It's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
Snap a
I'm
photo,
the one.
send it to her
Take
immediately.
a photo,
Yeah.
send it to me.
Yep.
I need to know.
Yeah.
I'm on a need-to-know basis, and that's what I want to know. Okay, so here are some really, really great answers. This thread has been going on for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, how do I turn that down? Oh, we're low tech over here.
Uh-oh.
Okay, turn the volume off.
Yeah,
Okay.
here we go.
Oh, boy.
Let's give a little music while we're getting going. And
Oh, boy.
we're
This
just
is why you
getting
tune into the
going,
only
and
show.
It's the
For our really
only
tech...
show.
okay.
We're so high tech on the only show,
Yeah. Okay. So the first comment that made me really laugh was my friend Amber, who said that she was taking her old wedding dress and doing some home alterations on it so that it would fit again. And then she was going to do a wreck this dress.
This was new to me. Tell me about this.
Well, I had to look it up too.
Yeah.
And then she was going to do a photo shoot. And I was like, what is any of that? And
Right.
she's like, oh, when you get divorced, you take your wedding dress and just wreck it and then do a photo shoot.
I'd never heard of that. Had you guys heard of that?
So she's
that's,
on that.
That's pretty crazy, right? Yeah.
So she's doing that. Okay. That is
Okay,
wonderfly weird.
So that is definitely a
I'm liking
lockdown
that.
got me like. That is in first place as far as I'm concerned. So far.
Lockdown got her like destroying her wedding dress and taking a photo of it for us. Okay. Let's see. M wrote a haiku about her rubbing alcohol.
Let's hear it.
It is cheaper than hand. Wait, don't you have some
Yeah.
like?
1, 2, 3. 4,
No,
5.
do some like poetry music.
Yeah.
Like
so.
pa.
Well, let's
Yeah.
I'd have to. Do.
Okay. There we go. Oh, here we go. Cheaper than hand soap. Wants to be sanitizer, but failed soap school.
That's good, right? Okay. Good job, Em.
Okay.
Love it.
That was good. That was a good high.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
We've got JD says that he is video conferencing with clients from his bedroom under his bed. Under the bed. It turns
Should we
out
worry
that,
about JD?
No, it turns out that I had to clarify this. It turns out that he and his husband are minimalists. they have I guess a loft bed that has a desk underneath it.
Yeah.
But when I heard under the bed, I was like, are you under the bed? With the lint and stuff, having a conference call in the dark?
Yeah.
That sounds weird, and I need to know more.
And I have to tell you, JD, there are times where I want to do that myself, and I don't have a raised bed. I just want to crawl right under that bed and stay there.
Got a lot of people dancing, a lot of people doing spontaneous show tunes, which I totally feel. We've got one person singing making up opera songs to and about her dog. Like, the dog is going out.
Yep.
She needs to go poop.
Yep.
I don't know if that's how it sounds, but...
Yeah, that sounds right. Sure, why not?
Okay. I mean, Alona obviously dressed her husband up as the Tiger King 4 episodes ago.
So
you should go back and watch that one.
She's got game.
So she's
right. She's bringing her A game. Here.
So lockdown got her dressing Mondo up like the Tiger King.
Sure.
Beat that.
Yeah.
But let's see. I've got to go. I don't know if she's here tonight, but Brandy, Lisa, not our Brandy, another Brandy, spelled the same though.
Formerly my Brandy.
Yeah. Formerly his Brandy.
Yeah.
If you commented on this and you win tonight, you get the prize.
Oh,
but if you're not here,
what a prize! What a
if
prize
you're
it
not
is.
here, then you can't get the prize. But today I chose Brandy's entry, which was she's a dentist, and it's too funny for me even to read. I'm gonna read it.
You got this.
She says, "Oh, well, I identified human remains for the coroner in my bathroom." Because I guess she identifies dental records in her own bathroom.
I don't know, man.
Then she put a photo and she said, yes, there is a human skull in a bucket in my bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're doing better than that.
Now, Faya, if you're on, you win, but I don't think she's on tonight, so I think we got to go with the runner-up.
Okay, but the runner-up was the girl who's going to wreck the dress. All right, anyway, you put your comments in there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We'll pick a winner.
Tell
what
us
you win.
what lockdown got you all being like.
Okay, wait, where's the prize?
I think you got it down there.
Oh, my God. I need to get it together. Here's the prize. The prize is a pair of weird gardening gloves that you would think, why do you have that?
Now, this one,
totally normal.
Totally normal.
This one...
Yeah.
I need music. Wolverine.
Yeah, okay.
This one. Wolverine. It's for digging in the garden.
Yep. The claw. You win the claw. You win a garden claw.
You win the claw.
Absolutely.
And if you live around here and you really, really want the claw, I have more than one. So let me know and I'll bring it by your house.
So for my part, it's not really necessarily anything that is related to weird behavior, but lockdown got me all washing my own dishes because, as you guys know, we are our dishwasher. We're down one dishwasher, and we, for obvious reasons, don't want to bring any repair people in. So, and I am actively ignoring everything that seems to be breaking in our house right now.
But you're going to take the dishwasher apart tomorrow.
Right? I am.
And then you're going to report back.
But tonight, I will not be paying any attention to the bathroom fan, the freezer that doesn't seem to be closing all the way. I am definitely not trying to hear that.
I was zipping up my very favorite boots today, and they ripped.
Yeah,
those are gone.
But also, everything's
breaking at once.
You've been doing your fair share of interpretive dancing. So, every time my alarm goes off, Lori has to immediately do an interpretive dance. So this is what my alarm tone sounds like. It's quality, right? Yeah.
I'll do it all over the house.
It's fantastic.
And then our friend Tim, who might be watching, sent this text to me saying, my friend, everyone lives in New York. It's like a Broadway place there. He said, my friend is doing this Instagram live twice a week where she teaches like Isadora Duncan style modern dance. And I was like, I'm all over that.
Yeah.
And Stefan's like, you're going to get hurt.
Yeah, but we have a strict no emergency room policy around here right now for obvious reasons. So, yeah.
So I just have to keep doing my amateur modern dance
with
the voguing.
and I get to keep enjoying it. So who is with us on the fine broadcast tonight?
Oh, Suzanne Arnett is here.
Hello, Suzanne.
She had a good entry, too, which is that she was singing to her eggs and bacon.
Okay.
Suzanne, was that what it was? She also tripped over something, an inanimate object, and then apologized to it.
Okay. All right.
So
yeah.
that's good too.
Yeah. I saw Kelly Francois with us
Yeah,
tonight. Excellent.
And Kelly, the answer is yes. Disinfect the gloves. They're plastic. You
Yeah, I
can
was gonna
spray
say,
Clorox on them.
Yeah.
Do whatever. Anybody can do whatever.
We will not send COVID by mail.
I will disinfect the gloves. Yes.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee is here. Hi.
Jamie, what's up? How you been, girl? How's
How
LA
are you?
treating you?
How's LA?
From inside. Oh,
Yeah.
man, I'm so sorry. What a terrible time to move to a new town where you're just like, wow, I moved to this fantastic new town, and I can't go outside.
Jack Meinberg is here.
Jack!
Jack Meinberg.
What's up?
Bob West is here. Carrie Atwood is here.
Timmy Wenders.
And Carrie Atwood's sister Christy is here too.
Oh my goodness!
So they're having a sister. It's a family affair.
It's a family affair.
That's right.
Yes, it is.
Your mom is here, obviously.
Yes.
John
Hello,
Hayden
Mom and
is
Dad.
here.
Dr. John.
All right, we're just calling out all the people. Oh, my Aunt Barb is here. Hi, Aunt Barb.
Aunt Barb, hello. You're with us in real time this evening. We are so delighted. Well, listen, we're so delighted to have you guys tonight. And, Lori and I were just talking earlier
Tim's
today.
here, too. Tim Winders.
Yes, Tim Winders said hi to
But
Tim.
Tim Becker is also here.
The two Tims, yeah. We got Chicago Tim, and we've got New York Tim. It's great.
East Coast Tim and Midwest Tim.
And Midwest Tim.
Oh.
Yeah. But you
I
guys,
don't know what that was.
if this were a mafia film, you'd each have nicknames. Like,
Yeah.
The Timmy Two Sandwiches. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, all of you, we were talking about this
Which one is
earlier.
Timmy Two Sandwiches?
They're going to have to fight that one out.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do it here.
Yeah, one of them is Timmy Bangs. We know who that is.
Oh
The other's Timmy
God.
Two Sandwiches.
That's his name, Timmy Bangs.
Look,
He's like Justin Bieber.
look. We do have meetings for this show. We just don't necessarily always use the best time. We don't use our time properly.
It's a lunch meeting.
It is. It's always a lunch meeting. So today at our lunch meeting, we were talking about how, and this has been an ongoing source of conversation for the two of us for many, many years now. Like how, for people who are our age and older, how are we alive right now? Right? Like it is crazy when I think back of to all of the things, all of the incredible risks that we were taking that we didn't know we were taking, all the safety measures that simply were not in place for us that are in place now. Look, I never wanted to be a back in my day kind of guy, but here we are. So for example,
You're totally that guy.
I don't believe that my parents ever owned a car seat for me. And Mom, Dad, let me know if they did, because I don't think they ever did.
mine did either. And it wasn't that no one told them. It was just that in the 70s, there were no car seats.
I have a photo of my mom in the passenger seat of this little tiny Austin American car, no seatbelt to be found anywhere, in the cradling me in her arms, pulling up to the house that we lived in. And that's, I guess, how you did an infant back then. It's like
a newborn baby?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But again,
Oh my God.
how are we alive right now? I used to, when I would ride around in my grandfather's Lincoln Continental. He loved his Lincoln Continentals. He'd be driving along, and I would literally be standing in the seat next to him, just proud as can be as he's driving along.
Standing up
Again,
was a big thing for us when we
not
were
a
kids.
seatbelt in sight.
Yep.
Your dad actually, he made a special seat for you, didn't he?
All right, wait, hold up. Did we ask you to put your lockdown got me in here? Because, all right.
We certainly did.
I just want to make sure because nobody's doing it, and I want to know how you're bugging out.
Yeah.
So tell me. I know you're all talking to each other, but tell me how you're being weird.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Because
okay.
she's the friend that needs to know.
I'm that weird
She's
friend.
the funny, strange friend.
Okay, here's the thing. My dad loved Corvettes.
Still
My
does.
mom had a regular car, and no, my dad quit Corvettes.
What?
It's like a whole story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's for a different show.
he's
then.
done with Corvettes. It's a thing.
Okay.
He called me and was like, "I've quit Corvettes."
Wow.
Like in an official gesture. Like he broke up
like,
with Corvettes.
Seems almost like a breakup.
After
like we
78
should
years.
send him a card or
Yeah.
something.
I was
Yeah.
like, really? You're not just gonna? Okay.
Anyway.
My dad said, my dad was like Mr. Corvette, and recently I said, Dad, it seems like Corvettes only had the bucket seats in the back. Like, where'd you put my car seat when I was a little kid?
Yep.
And he was like, yeah, we didn't have those back then. And I'm like,
Yep.
okay. So did you put me in the front seat? Like I was a very, very little kid.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, but here's what I did do. And this was clever. Because the bucket seats had a space in between, I put a piece of plywood underneath the bucket seats so you wouldn't fall in there and get stuck.
Yep, that is OSHA
That
approved.
is 1970s parent. Like, I mean, and that was right? Like,
Well,
I don't know. They
we-
put a seatbelt on me, probably.
We lived, but I
It was
don't know
fine.
how.
We're alive. We're fine.
I used to ride.
We're
in
not
the,
saying anybody's parents did anything wrong.
No.
We're saying you
far
did the
from it.
best you could with what you
with
had
the
at
information that you had at
There's
the time.
no 4-point car seat then.
Yeah.
You know, it's
No.
like...
I don't even know. Honestly, in 1968 when I was born, I don't know if they fucking made car seats. I have no idea.
Suzanne, I did this too. She says she sat facing backwards in the family station wagon. I did that too.
Yes, and then you
Facing backwards, and you wave at
do
all
this,
the people
and then like the
going by.
truckers, you're like, come
Yeah.
on, honk, and then eventually some trucker would give in and honk, and somebody in the front seat would go, God damn it, what the hell? I used to ride in the middle of my dad's 1972 red Datsun pickup truck, no seatbelt again. Both parents on each side, nobody wearing seatbelts, each of them smoking with the windows rolled up, and Cat Stevens on the 8-track. And that's the way it was, and we liked it. Let me tell you, now, for those of you who were not around for this,
It made us better.
It made us better. For you youngsters, the 1970s, everything stunk. I'm just gonna lay it out there. Every indoor space smelled variously of menthol cigarettes, shitty men's cologne, and meat farts. Those are the 1970s. That is how I remember.
It was a stinky time,
very,
wasn't
very
it?
stinky
Like
time.
I remember it being.
People
stinky.
were muskier then
The-
because
the
non-breathable
stinky
fabric. You know, it's like
polyester
woo!
pants.
Oh my
The
God.
like my grandparents would pick me up from middle school or grammar school or whatever, and they would have to take me somewhere, and they would just smoke the whole time with the windows up, and it was like, oh, they have a Thunderbird, it's a big car, right? The smoke won't get to the non-smoking section, which is my back seat.
And I ask you again, how are we alive? Our
Remember
playgrounds.
the smoking section? And
Yeah,
the
the
section?
smoke always stopped
Yeah.
right at the non-smoking section. Our playgrounds, we were talking about our playgrounds today. They were made of steel, they were made of concrete, and maybe if you're lucky, you had bark or gravel, right? You remember this?
Yes. Bob was just making fun of me. I didn't say my grandparents. I did not say that. I know that you're a voiceover genius, but
I'm sitting next to her. I didn't hear that.
I've
But
never
anyway,
baby talked in my life. I just want to let you know.
So we had bark or gravel, and also, what was the deal with that one big bar?
Oh, we used to do flips on that bar.
Right.
Like
the girls would always be
the
flipping
flips with
around
the one
and around
knee,
like a weird
and then the
compulsion.
flip and flip and flip.
And just over and over and over again.
And in my school, it was all gravel. I know you said bark or gravel.
Yeah.
Maybe you were fancy and had bark.
We were one of those fortunate schools.
Yeah,
that
maybe
had-
you were.
We shelled out for the
In my school,
quality
we had
stuff.
gravel, and it was the desert, so we had hot gravel.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So every time you fell down, it was like, there's hot gravel in my leg. I need to do something.
Yeah.
Right. Like, it's 110 degrees outside. Someone call an ambulance. Only who called an ambulance in the 1970s or 80s? No one.
Nobody. Yeah, I have this vivid memory of the bar, the little spinny bar, and
That flipping bar.
This one girl, Sherry, would like literally bell to bell. She'd go straight for that thing, and she'd just spin and spin and spin and spin and spin and spin, and then the bell would like the ending recess bell would stop, and she'd stop, and she'd go inside. And one time, she showed us she had these silver dollar-sized stigmata-like blisters on both palms. It was the craziest thing. Playground stigmata.
That's very appropriate because it's almost Easter.
Yes, it is.
But also, if you did that flip a lot, you would have a big blister on the back of your knee, too.
I know.
It was a very-
I never understood the thrill of that.
Oh, but also it was very hot. Like there was no padding or anything. So if you were doing that flip and you erred, you would just fall right onto the concrete. And
we didn't have any of
you would
these
just
padded
face plant
plastic
or, like-
playgrounds, pish posh and falderall. No.
It hurt.
You
It
know
was
what?
hurtful.
You know what else we had? We had a rubber ball on a long rope that went round and round, right at neck height. Any point could have just wrapped itself around your fucking neck and just taken it with you. And we called it tetherball. That's what we called it.
That
Yes.
was the game.
Did you?
The game where you could just get hit in the head by a ball at recess.
Whang!
Over and over.
and over again.
Unless
Yeah.
you could hit the ball. And if you couldn't hit the ball, you better get out the way.
Yeah, exactly. Do you remember at all times there seemed to be some kid in a cast or with like some sort
Totally!
of like a black eye, but not because they were like getting abused, just from screwing around, just from being a kid. There was always some kid that like had a cast, had a broken leg, had crutches or something. I don't see that anymore.
Some kid was always hurt in our high school or middle school.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
People, I feel like someone was always like recovering from something.
We were also talking about the prevalence of peanut allergy. and how so many kids have peanut allergy now. And we're like, did kids our age not have peanut allergies?
I feel like they didn't.
And then it occurred to us, I think they did. We just never got a chance to meet them. Yeah, we'll just leave
that's
that.
a bad
We'll
joke.
leave
That's
that
a
right
bad
there. Yeah,
joke.
okay, yeah.
Boo. Boo.
Also, there were a cavalcade of dangerous toys. You guys remember super elastic bubble plastic? Guess what? That was huffing, right? That was just a big tube of like airplane glue that you just like, you blow it and it was like, it'd blow up like this much and then you'd inhale it right back inside. It never made, like, I remember the commercials like, woo, you made this big, beautiful beach ball size thing. No bullshit. But you would blow it up just that much and just have enough to huff back into your, and start killing brain cells at an early
Okay,
age.
let me just say, I was never allowed to play with super elastic bubble plastic because
was
my
smart.
mom was you're going to choke on that mom.
Right,
Like,
right, yeah.
I wasn't allowed to chew gum and like do any activity.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to do super elastic bubble plastic. I wasn't allowed to do anything that, anything where you could like suck it back into your windpipe and choke on it. My mom was not having that.
You did Shrinky Dinks. Now, a lot of people were saying...
Only
like,
with parental supervision.
Right. But a lot of kids that I knew did not have the parental supervision, so it was just basically unsupervised fun with the oven. The one that still blows my fucking mind that somebody A, thought this up, and B, mass distributed to children was lawn darts. Like, was throwing actual spears at one another just a bridge too far for the makers of the fine people at Hasbro?
There were a lot of darts when we were growing up.
Lots
like
of darts.
A lot of darts
Yeah.
and not a lot of supervision, right? Like a lot of people in a basement throwing darts at a wall or on a lawn throwing darts.
Oh my God, I'm just
There
thinking of
wasn't
this.
a lot.
Oh my God.
A couple of people were saying, it's me. I was the kid in the cast.
Okay, all
Or
right, so you were the
Kelly
daredevil.
Francois said, my brother was the kid in the cast.
Okay.
If we can get a Shrinky Dink off the internet, you should play that because it's plastic that you color in and then bake.
Jeff Fortune mentioned rock fights. I remember having dirt clod fights.
Oh, yeah.
How bored were we as children? Jesus age.
My cousin threw a rock, like we were having one of those dirt clod fights and it hit me in the eye. And I was like super duper pissed.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm telling your dad.
Well, but that was another thing. Like, if you got hurt when you were playing and doing stupid shit, you couldn't tell, right? So I thought
That's right.
I was just laughing a second ago because I had this very vivid memory. So my neighbor, John Cox, no relation, oddly, and this kid, Brent Bakeman, came over and we had darts, like, dartboard darts. And I don't know, again, why people let children play with darts, but we had decided we're in the garage.
Do they anymore?
I don't think they do, and they shouldn't. So we had kind of set the board up on the side of the wall there, and we were taking turns bouncing the darts off the concrete, and you see if we could bank it up and hit the dartboard, and every time it would hit the concrete, it would spark, right?
Oh God! I want to say someone put their eye out.
No. But so. John is getting ready to throw, and Brent's going to go over and grab his darts off the board.
I'm
and
so
John
scared
throws,
right now.
and it goes up, and it hits Brent in the calf and sticks. And it's hanging there. I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, my God. What are we going to do? Oh, my God. To his credit, he was extremely stoic. And to my credit, I went and got the hydrogen peroxide, and nobody fucking told. Mom, I don't think you ever heard that story.
Okay, this is typical 70s or 80s childhood. If you got hurt and you were effing around, doing something you weren't supposed to be doing, you're like, I got to remove that dart myself.
Oh, yeah, you are on your own.
You have to. Remember when we used to go in from like grammar school or middle school, like recess, and we would be hurt, and it would be like, first of all, if you grew up in the desert, you're bright red because it's like 110 degrees outside. They let us play recess. We had no water except for that one water fountain that all the kids had to share. We're running around outside. We're all like bright red, we're all sweating, we're all dehydrated, and then one kid is always hurt. One kid has like gravel embedded in their butt and in their leg, and like because they
big
slid,
old raspberry rash down their side.
No one wanted to tell the recess monitor, so it was like, oh, just pick it out, just get up, you're fine.
What? How'd that go, Dad? Throw some dirt on it. That was my dad's thing. Throw some dirt on it.
I feel like the 70s and 80s was all about, you're fine.
You're fine.
You're fine.
We, so I was thinking about, so those two kids that I was mentioning earlier, we used to do this thing behind our house. It was this very, very steep grass hill. And we had cardboard boxes. And we cut them in half, and we would use them like sleds. And like when when fall came around, the grass was super slick, and you go really, really fast, and we get like a running start. And at the bottom of the hill was a barbed wire fence. What were we thinking? How are we alive? I should have decapitated myself like numerous times. For Christ's sake.
Wait. Did anyone ever tell you, like, don't do that? There's a barbed wire fence at the bottom.
My dad kind of did, but I was just like,
I'm going to handle it. I'm fine.
We'll stop before then, he said confidently.
In the desert, we did ice blocking.
I was going to say, you went ice blocking.
Which is dangerous.
Yeah.
Illegal. Mm-hmm. Let's start there.
And really, really fun.
Yeah, super fun. But you had to go to 7-Eleven to get the ice blocks, and they knew what you were doing with it.
Right. What are a bunch of 8th graders to do with a fucking ice block?
Well, no, you had to be like, we were in high school because you had to have one friend with a car.
Okay,
so
all right.
Then you had to drive to the golf course, illegally enter the golf course. Mm-hmm. So like by jumping the fence or whatever, running away from the mall cops and the golf cops.
Sure.
They weren't real cops.
Yeah,
but then we would ice block down slide down the golf course, which caused destruction to the golf course.
Oh, yeah.
We were aware of
very
it.
bad. Yeah.
It was boring living there.
Yeah.
And hot.
Did you know that if you take an entire roll of those caps, you remember the ones you put in the cap guns, like the ones that were the paper ones, not the little plastic ones, but like the whole roll, they used to come in a box like that. Do you know that if you take a whole roll of that and you hit it with a sledgehammer, it explodes with enough force to hit you in the forehead and knock you out cold? Well, my friend Joey DeSalvo does, because that's what happened to him. Whoa, boy.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you help him?
Oh, no, it didn't happen while I was there.
Okay.
He didn't come to school one day.
I was like, did you do field medicine? Like, were you like, oh, smelling salts, wake up.
Oh, my God. So I had a dirt bike also, and thank you, Mom and Dad, for doing that. I don't think I would actually let my child have a dirt bike. In fact, we were talking about this. We would be, for those of you who don't know, we don't have children, we would be the worryingest parents. We would wrap our child in bubble wrap and never let him or her leave the home. Have fun, but don't, right?
Look at us.
We are wrecks as it is. Yeah.
I mean,
throw a kid in the mix and we're
hot
fucking mess.
We couldn't.
You had a lot of skaters in your town, right?
Yes. We had the desert people, you will remember this. We had not only a lot of empty swimming pools, but we had a lot of very steep inclines. Yeah. So we had skater kids who wouldn't wear helmets. Skater with an 8.
Oh, sure.
Oh, Lord, did I just say that?
No, we know.
And they would go like, I was trying to describe to Stefan like, Highway 74. I once saw a guy, remember that guy Rick from the 8th grade who did all the stunts and he was friends with Dana Studer? I know, you're like, I do know.
His name would have to be Rick.
Yeah.
Like all skater kids were named Rick.
And see, Jeff Fortson says, skate or die. That's what everybody said. Okay, once I was hanging out with Lona, and she lived over by 74, and Rick and his friend Dana did this thing where they rode all the way from up on Highway 74, all the way down to the mall, and one of them fell down. This was like a 40-mile-an-hour thing, right? Exactly.
There you go.
And if you fell down, you just had to pick yourself back up. And if you thank God none of them got run over by cars. But no helmets, nothing. Just high speed fucking skater kids. And then they would go and do all the ollie shit in the pool and fall on their heads.
Yeah, double nose ollie, flip de doo. So what are some people saying about their insane childhoods?
Okay, so first of all, Ange is agreeing. No one wore helmets in the 70s or 80s.
No, we didn't.
I don't think I ever owned one helmet.
I had a
motorcycle.
For my motorcycle. For my dirt bike, I had a helmet. Yeah.
Everybody's really into there were no helmets, skate or die. If you collect all the fireworks on the ground after the 4th of July, take all the unused gunpowder.
That's awesome.
Oh, Tim Winders, did this happen to you?
Timmy.
He says, if you collect all the fireworks on the ground after the 4th of July, take all the unused gunpowder and light it on fire, you lose your eyebrows.
Oh, Timmy.
Is that what happened to you?
I thought you were just going through a Ziggy Stardust phase.
Aw, Ziggy played guitar.
Wow, Ziggy play guitar.
Na, 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 na,
Jobbing good with Will and Gilly. Yeah, the spiders from Oz. He played it left hand, but made it too far. Became the special man. What else we got?
We got Bob West sneaking into Old Man Fawcett's barn and rearranging the hay bales.
You know, Bob, I think that's apocryphal. I think you're having a spot of fun with us, Bob. Yeah.
Let's see. Freddie Menzel busted his tailbone on the corner of the hidden hay wagon.
Oh.
Where did you grow up, Bob West?
Vince
Tell
Carrazza.
us more.
Vince Carrazza is just joining the broadcast this evening. My mom actually had a similar story where I forget where you were, Mom, but you were on the back of a moped, I think, or a mini bike, and you fell off the back and you broke your tailbone. And that is how I think that's how it's done. I think that is the
Ouch.
way to break one's tailbone. It's just like
Oh,
right
you know
off
what,
the back.
Lisa? You are right. It was Rod Johnson.
There you
it
go.
wasn't Rick. It was Rod.
BB guns,
That's
says
right.
Jeremy.
BB
guns,
guns.
yes. I also had a BB gun. And again, if I had a child right now, there's no fucking way my child would own a BB
Ooh,
gun.
BB guns and spray paint. Ooh, we did bad things back then.
Yeah, we did.
Now you can't even buy that without like a ID, right?
So we were talking, I was talking to my parents earlier about how they had their share of crazy shit. And actually, my mom's going to come on the show at some point in the future, and she'll tell you about some of her crazy shenanigans, including a story with a shotgun, which is quite toothsome. You'll want to stick around for that. My mom grew up next to a lettuce field, and she and her friends would pick and eat the lettuce right after the crop duster sprayed it with DDT. And the crop duster...
That's much worse than no car seat, right?
Also, the crop duster sprayed the elementary school. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't care.
While they were there?
Maybe. I don't know. You have to ask her. My dad had a paper route. And it was in a very, very, very tough part of Columbus, Ohio. And the paper, made him go collect the bill door to door by himself at age 10. Good Lord.
Oh my God.
So
somebody just mentioned hairspray and lighters. That was Jeff Fordson. But
dude,
did anybody's weird friends ever light their farts on fire with lighters?
the first time, who can forget the first time you saw a person light their fart on fire? Honestly, I couldn't catch my breath. It was the funniest fucking thing. And it was this guy, John Grady, who many of you will know on MLP. John Grady, we're just hanging out in college. We're literally studying. We're studying. We're just hanging out on the couch. And like, he's there and I'm here and another guy's sitting over here and we're just studying. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, John leans forward onto the table, grabs a lighter. Let's see if I can do this properly.
Oh my God.
Grabs
You're
a
not
lighter.
gonna light your farts.
He just casually, like nothing's happening. He just grabs a lighter, lights it, leans back, whoomph, and then just sits back down and starts reading again. Honest to God, it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. It was brilliant.
I didn't even know that was a thing until I was
I
in
didn't
high
either.
school.
Yeah.
I
So
know.
this is very funny. I remember back when, parents used to get really, really shitty advice from professionals. You guys remember when you took, developmental psychology or whatever? And I was just horrified by the advice that they used to give some parents. And so we have collected, actually, for your delectation, we have collected some samples here of...
This is even worse parenting advice than our parents got, or that they're...
If these weren't actual samples, I asked you, could you do this with them? So in 1960, a guy named Dr. Walter Sackett said to start your baby on solid food when they're 2 days old. Yes. By 3 months, they should be eating bacon and eggs, and by 6 months, they should be drinking coffee. Hey, Dr. Sackett, what's the right age for Lucky's and a fifth of bourbon? Kindergarten? What do you got going there?
Little briefcase. Get a job. Get out of here, kid. You're 2 years old.
Fucking Don Draper.
You've had a good breakfast.
Get the fuck
Get out of here.
Also, most experts in the 40s and 50s, this was universal. I remember being really freaked out by this. Most experts in the 30s, 40s, and 50s told mothers to not show their child any physical affection or love. Because, they'll get used to it. They'll like it. They can't, Who knows? They might actually turn out to be loving, cool
spoil the
people.
children or do something to them.
You discovered this one in the 1920s. Mothers were told to wash their babies down with lard. Because, Mom, be sure to make your baby as slippery as possible. That's really what you want.
And as appealing to the dog and the cat. Right?
And certainly in terms of something that could rot, I think, on a child. That's really what you want.
I love this old school parenting advice.
Then also, for pretty much the first part of the 20th century, left-handed kids were made to be right-handed. This is true.
That happened to my uncle.
And my uncle actually had his left hand broken with a fucking ruler by a nun. Nuns are mean. Mean nuns. Mean nuns. In 1966, most medical textbooks said that pregnant mothers could smoke up to a half a pack of cigarettes a day. Also, however, they should try to limit their skydiving, kickboxing, and black tar heroin to once a week. You know, you're consuming for 2, after all. Thank you. All right. We're almost out of here. And then this one, this is from 94. Dr. John Roseman wrote a book called To Spank or Not to Spank, and he recommends that after you smack your kid on the ass, follow it up with 30 minutes confinement in the bathroom. Yes, by all means, John Roseman, start your kids early on psychological torture. That's how we're going to raise the next generation.
You guys, I don't have children, but I have seen your photographic evidence of what happens when you leave a child alone near a bathroom.
Well, there's that too.
The roll of toilet paper that goes all throughout the house, the shampoo that's dumped out.
Yep.
I feel like that author is setting himself up for like a punishment and a remodel.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's not going to go well. I mean, the psychological effects aside, you're just going to wreck your own bathroom.
Well, I'm just going to have to end with some various sound effects because we didn't really plan an out to tonight's show, so I'm just gonna play a few of these and just call it a show. Listen, you guys, this one's gonna go on for a while. I don't know.
No, I'm gonna read some of the comments going out though.
Okay, yeah. Let's have a few comments before we sign off.
Okay, so Fuzz says, eat carrots and sit in the shade. Is that your punishment?
Is that a metaphor for something?
I'm so confused right now.
We're getting a lot of angry.
Yeah.
Angry
what are you angry about?
I don't know.
We're on a forest delay here.
Yeah.
So,
we have no idea.
Are you angry about the parenting advice? We didn't write it. We just researched it.
Don't
people.
Shoot the messenger.
Don't boo us.
Yeah.
Okay. Bob West says that he was in a society in college called the Brotherhood of the Flaming Fart.
Okay.
And I think that's where we might want to close the show.
There you go. All right, Bob, you get the last word. So, listen, thank you guys for joining us on our 3-week anniversary. Thank you. We know that you could spend your Friday evening with others, and you've chosen to spend it with us, and we love you guys all so much. If you want to see the show live, all you got to do is friend up Lori Caldwell on Facebook, COLWELL.
Oh my God, it sounded like you said COL. But
why would I do that? Yeah.
Just do the best you can.
Exactly.
We're all doing the best we can, right?
We are on every night at 8 p.m. if you care to join. And with that, said, hey everybody, have you heard the news? It's the only show tonight. Shooting the shit with Stefan and Lori, it's gonna be out of sight. We're talking about COVID and being shut in. We're talking about all kinds of 80s shit and MacGyvering. Yeah, hey everybody, we're Stefan and Lori tonight.
Now wave goodbye with my
Wave goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye everybody. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. It'll be game night tomorrow night. Prepare yourselves. Bye.